Joining me now, I have former senior advisor to Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, Justin Fulcher, and former Israeli National Security Advisor and Senior Fellow at Foundations for Defense Against Democracies, Eyal Hulata. Gentlemen, good morning to both of you. Justin, let me start with you because we're expecting this next presser from Hegseth here in less than 15 minutes time now. I'm curious, have you spoken to him this week, and what do you think we're about to get from him?
Well, I think what we've seen over the past couple of days is he's been leading from the front from a communications perspective. This is the second press conference that he's made in the past few days, and I think that's something where he excels. And ultimately, I think what we're going to learn today is a lot more updates on where we've been. But I think more importantly, what does the future look like? A lot of people have been discussing timelines. President Trump mentioned this could be a few weeks or maybe longer. And I think we're going to get some more clarity on that, as well as what does the regional response look like, especially as Iran has expanded that in recent days.
Eyal, I'm sure that you watched Hegseth's presser on Monday, exactly 48 hours ago. Do you agree with Justin on his messaging? And was there anything that he left unsaid or unanswered that you're hoping for more clarity on in just a few minutes?
Well, first, I think it's important to point out that there is the level of coordination between Israel and the United States on this campaign exceeds anything before. So I think, of course, it's very important, the public messaging also here, and the Israeli government is delivering messages here. I think what's important is the coordination between the Prime Minister and President Trump on this, and between our Minister of Defense and Secretary Hegseth. I think the questions are valid. At the end of the day, what will determine, I think, how long this will last is a decision that will be made by Washington more than will be made in Jerusalem. The list of targets and the priorities are being executed. The level of execution coordination on the field by the Air Forces is exceptional, and of course the intelligence. And I think the real question emerged: how much longer will this go? What is the level of preparedness to assist the opposition in Iran to take control and to try to take over? And as Justin pointed out, the region is suffering quite a lot. It is astonishing to me to see that the United Arab Emirates are actually suffering a much larger number of projectiles fired at them than Israel is. That's mind-boggling, but this happens to be the case. This is the Iranian choice. I think it will backfire on them strategically.
Justin, Eyal just brought up intelligence there. I wanted to ask you about that as well, because President Trump said yesterday in the Oval Office he authorized the strike because he thought we had a situation on our hands in which the country was about to be attacked first. Democrats who have been briefed say there was no imminent threat to the United States. I'm curious why there's been such a divide on what kind of threat Iran posed. Are they not all seeing the same intel?
Well, I would say certainly President Trump is privy to the absolute most possible intel out of anyone. But ultimately, I think it's unfortunate that this has been so divided and partisan in some areas, when Iran has proven itself to be a threat to the United States and our allies for decades. And ultimately, where we are today, it's very clear that there were very strong reasons for making these strikes and actually executing on this today. And so I think it's unfortunate it's become partisan, but ultimately I think President Trump made the right decision at the right time.
Eyal, Operation Epic Fury, obviously has taken out Iranian leaders, including the Ayatollah, also destroying a leadership house, missile sites, a nuclear complex. How damaging is this to their intelligence communications, you think?
Well, I think it's damaging the Iranian apparatus as a whole quite extensively. And the way you pointed this out, a major part of this is to degrade the regime's capability of holding their population by the throat the way they did before. Just in January, they slaughtered dozens of thousands of them on the streets. So degrading their organization that are subject exactly to that, to hold and to spy on their own people, to find the opposition, to try to dig them out. There is a point to attack those centers. This is part of the degradation of the regime's capability to hold. And I hope, again, that the Iranian people can rise. Ultimately, this will be up to the Iranian people to come up, to step up, to go to the streets, and I hope that they will get their freedom.
Yeah. We saw the White House and Benjamin Netanyahu urge the people to rise up and not let this moment pass by, calling it a once-in-a-generation opportunity. Justin Fulcher, Eyal Hulata, thank you both so much for your time. I know you're about to join in on this press conference just like we are, so appreciate your time, gentlemen. Okay, let's take another live look inside the Pentagon, where in just minutes, about 7 minutes from now, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth will give us the latest update on U.S. operations in Iran, alongside Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Kane. We will be bringing that to you live.